now.
All right. Hey guys, how you doing? It's the Honeydew Carpenter and the always beautiful Mrs. Honeydew Carpenter. And this is our Saturday morning live show. We have a funeral to go to this morning. So this is going to be a really quick live show. I'm going to try and keep it down to 15 minutes. I wanted to give you guys a sneak preview of the book and some of the drawings that are coming out so you know what to expect. Thank you to Lori. She did some editing and some corrections on our introduction and our forward and what was the other one? The how best to use this manual and whatnot. And that was awesome. Really great. I got a lot of the drawings completed. I still have a few more left to go. And then Mrs. Honeydew is going to put them in PicMonkey and crop them so they're the exact size and the pixel and everything that they need to be before we can put them in a book to bind. Mrs. Honeydew has also gone through and done the research to figure out the type of binding we're going to use. We actually decided that we're going to go with a spiral binding. It's a plastic spiral binding, just so that you can open it up and it'll be completely flat, so that if you do want to take portions of this and send it out, to a sheet metal shop, that they can have those plans flat and ready to go for them. So also on the title it said free shipping. I wanted to discuss that. We went ahead and created a free shipping program for all of our foam products. We're doing it right now in the United States as a test pilot, and we're going to do it all the way through Christmas this year, guys. There were so many people who sent us messages and were like, ouch, that shipping and whatnot. And even though it takes a pretty good dig into what we're doing, I would rather have as many of them out there as possible so that other people can start recreating these projects that we do online, whether it be a shop building like I built for Grandpa, or a rocket mass heating system, which is what the book and the instructional manual is all about today. So just as a sneak peek, I want to kind of show you how these drawings are going to look, so they'll be quickly understandable to you guys. So there will be drawings that will be your kind of expanded view, which will look a lot like this. And then as we move through, there will be the individual components in a 3D model. Yeah. And then have those individual components expanded out as well, with all the individual pieces for each component having their separate drawing. And then we will have the layout, the flat layout of what it's going to look like with dimensions and everything to be cut out so that it can be bent into shape. Now, every little component, even the small ones like the hinges. Now, I chose to just buy some cabinet hinges and stick on, because I was able to find some that would work. But for the purposes of these drawings, I'm going to leave the hinges the same way they were, because they just are individual components that get pop riveted in alignment with one another and a hinge pin put through. So every little component is going to have its own separate drawing. Like there is one of the one side of the hinge. Thank you, baby. And there's the other side that would go on the exterior sheet metal that, anyways. Okay, those were the upper hinges. These two are the lower hinges. There is a look at the batch box or the burn box that will be created out of the refractory mix. And I'll give you several different options and of refractory mixes that are readily available in almost anywhere in the United States. And between the three mixes, there will be one that meets the specification, meaning, once it's cured out, once it's burned in and gotten up to 1500 degrees, that thing will be a 4,000 degree burn apparatus, and it'll be super hard up between, because I looked at the specifications of the different mixes, between 12 and 16,000 psi crushing strength. So it's super hard. It'll last years and years. And then let me see. Okay, there's an expanded view look of the burn box, and then the framework that will be used to make the form to pour it in. And as we go through the directions and the step-by-step directions of how to make these forms to pour your batch box in, I'll also create alternative and other systems that will allow you to just purchase a tool from us that we can just send out to you, and you can just roll it out, put everything together, and then pour your thing all in one day. But there will be some of those things to come. There's some more layout of the top of the stove. There's some individual components for the front face, the stiffener ribs. There's an individual component for the latch on the door. And, oh, that's the latch, the slider latch that locks it. There's the air intake slider. I didn't get to modify that one yet. That's the old drawing. Okay. So, but there's the cleat that allows the slider to move in it. And so...
That's a slider holder.
A slider holder, yeah. Mrs. Honeydew actually did the outline and the step-by-step, because she was there through the whole Honeydew Carpenter University with all the students, and she had a good idea how everything got put together. And she went through, but she didn't know what to call each individual component, so she would just call it whatever she felt like calling it, and then I had to go in and edit it. And so this was really a team effort when it came to putting this book and instructional manual together. And what she goes, the slider holder thingy.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, and there's the old door,
yeah.
But I actually do have the new one drawn on that. So, okay, so I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of what's to come with the book. Also, about our affiliate dropship program, we went ahead and kind of launched that this past week, and it's been going very smoothly. So,
and everyone that has sent an email, do not worry. We will get to you, but
right,
we did get a lot.
Our email kind of blew up a little bit. And so, anyways, I think last week I showed some books, some of my favorite books, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and 360 Degree Leader by John C. Maxwell, and just a few of these books. I said, if you've ever read one of these books from these authors, Dale Carnegie was one, go ahead and send us an email about our affiliate program that is rolling out. And we got a ton of response on that. So anyway, we've rolled that out. The first people that we've got in contact with have enrolled and done everything, and the first products have shipped, and it's just a drop ship system. You never have to see the product, touch it, or do anything, and it's a way that you can earn money and have a really substantial side income. And so If there's anyone else out there that's interested in what did I call my replicated website? I think it was Biz with HDC. So if you're interested in working personally with me and doing something great so that we can, as a community, do way more than we ever could as individuals, that's what I'm after. And this whole thing came about because an 84-year-old man reached out to me from San Diego, California, and he said, he goes, you are amazing, and these things that you're building are amazing. He said, but you might be putting the cart before the horse. This is how I do it, and here's an opportunity how you can earn a bunch of money and build a community of people that want to do something as well together. And then when you guys choose to put your money towards something, it'll be there and it'll get done, and it'll get done right. And as I piddle along building these projects, I get all this feedback, and they're like, are you going to get it UL tested? Are you going to do this so that it's certified by the EPA? And I look into those things, and they end up costing $75,000, $40,000, and it's like, I was not prepared for this. I have these good ideas, but I don't have the resources to do it right. And so another thing is, a lot of the older demographic that watches my channel, time has caught up with them, right? They had all these good ideas, but for whatever reason, life got in the way, and their health caught up with them, and they can't. And so there's no shortage of ideas, of great ideas, of things that would really benefit the world. And you know what? We don't want these ideas to go to the grave with these guys, and so that's my whole
So you guys, we look forward to doing business with you.
Right. Okay. And we're done. So let's look up a few comments, and we're already at 12 minutes. We'll try and eight more minutes. We'll try and keep
William
it to 20.
Craig says, good morning, world, from sunny and cool Memphis, Tennessee. Hello, William. Mitch Anthony says, good morning.
Good morning.
Greg says, good morning, y'all, from snowy Edmonton, Alberta. Greg, good morning.
Hey, Greg. What's up,
Alan
buddy?
says hi from SEK, Southeast Kansas, I believe. Steve from Ontario says greetings from Southwest Ontario.
Awesome.
DFW Michael says good morning.
Good morning.
Seek to Find says at Greg Walker, hello from Kelly and Lloydminster. Do you know where AB/SK is?
Kelly, Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan. I don't.
Mike says sounds great. William says good morning. Greg, Seek to Find says from Alberta, Canada. Hello all. Well, hello. Mike says wow on the drawings. Hi all. He also says Chris says you guys are awesome. Love what you're doing, and I'm looking forward to building the rocket. Greeting from Southwestern Ontario, Canada.
That's awesome.
Hello, Chris, and thank you. We are super excited. It is so close to being completed, and we're still have a lot to do. It seems like all the end of the tweaking is so much.
I've never done anything like this before. If I were to ever do this again, I probably wouldn't even launch until we were at least to the stage we are right now, and then I could just roll it out and just hit buttons and roll it out really quickly for people, and they would be like, oh, this guy is awesome. But I rolled it out when I first had the idea, and after I first made my first model. I hadn't drawn anything. I hadn't had a workshop. I hadn't built one. That was silly. So I'm honored that there's so many people out there that like my ideas and they want to recreate them, and I just absolutely, Melanie and I feel so blessed, and we love you guys. So
I have also requested that Darwin not write another book.
Writing a book is a bitch. Oh,
Don't say that.
it's bad.
Apologize to everyone that heard that.
So in our family, if you say a bad word, you have to apologize to the whole family for making them hear that. And so to my family out there, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. But excuse my French, but that.
It's,
it is.
Writing a book is
It's
so
not what
mentally draining.
It's
and
not what I
insane.
thought it would be. So, anyways.
Brendan says, good morning. Please do an experiment with elephant toothpaste to make self-expanding aircrete. So many applications.
Elephant toothpaste.
Right?
Hmm.
We're going to look into that, okay?
I
Brendan?
I wonder what kind of chemicals they use in it to make it expand or do whatever it does. Because if they're acidic, then they hinder the setup of the cement.
I know that I saw elephant toothpaste on an experiment on YouTube or something.
Cool.
So we'll definitely look into that, Brendan. Brett says, good morning from Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. Well, good morning. Steve says, Windsor area? Nope. GA. Okay. Good morning, my fave honeydew couple. Did you get my email last Saturday for joining the collaborative group you talked about last week, or did your email blow up, LOL?
We got
Yeah,
it. We just haven't been able to get back to everybody. We promise. And
It
because
blew
you're
up.
so motivated, you'll probably be one of the very first next ones. I'll see if I can't scroll through them and find yours. It's going to be a fun ride, guys.
Steve, only 4 hours away, LOL. Chris says, I am at work just on lunch and dropping by.
So you're in Ontario, Steve? That's my old stomping grounds.
Right?
Right by...
Farmhand says, Brett Brown, you are close to my home. Jealous. Cannot wait to be home. And Chris says, yeah, but about 8 hours, 2 ways. Love Windsor. Your real estate market is great. Mike says, how much? Metalwork.
How much metalwork? Well...
A lot.
Okay, I don't want you guys... Because in the book, when I go through the tool list, Mrs. Honeydew put it together, and it was pretty inclusive of all these tools. Depending on how you choose to move forward with your project, that you won't necessarily need. If you choose to use a professional tinsmith to go ahead and bend up your sheet metal, then you won't need the sheet metal as a material and
all the tools
that go along with doing that. However, there are going to be certain portions of the project that are going to be required to be a do-it-yourself DIY, just because there aren't any professional trades out there that do it, i.e. aircrete. And so there are going to be certain portions of it that you are going to want to do yourself, and so there's going to be a required tool list and an optional tool list. You can also break it down, and if you want to save yourself some money and buy the sheet metal and look at the drawings and do all the layout and buy a $29 air snip, and you can and you can just cut out all the parts and pieces and then take them already pre-cut out, and all the tinsmith has to do is put them in the sheet metal break and break the do the bends. That would save you a ton of money as well. And so depending on how you look at the plans and what your skill sets are and what portion of it you want to do, either for the tinsmith or have the tinsmith do it all, you may want to have the tinsmith bend it up, vice grip the ends, drill all the holes. You may want to take it to a CNC machine shop operator and have them put all the data in to their CNC machine and then have it, buzz out all the parts that way. But that would be a little bit more expensive. And so however you choose to move forward with your project, there's going to be options for you depending on your skill set. So the amount of metalwork that is required is pretty minimal from my perspective, because I actually, for years and years, worked in an architectural sheet metal shop, and I did everything we needed to do with a $399 tri-brake from Harbor Freight. So it was a brake, shear, and roller all in one. And if you just wait for one of their sales, you can actually get that machine instead of for $399 for $299. You can get a 25% discount on it, and that's what I did. And so I really built the whole thing and did all the sheet metal work and everything for less than $500 in tools. And so if you are that type of person who just needs an excuse to buy some cool tools, you're gonna love this project.
But also from my experience of going through it and not being a sheet metal worker for a while, it looked like a big undertaking. But if you just take it step by step and do one at a time, it's definitely doable. So don't look at the complete, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. Just go read number 1. Oh, I can do that.
Right.
Do it. And then read number 2. And do it. Jeff says, hi guys. Mike says, that's teamwork. Thank you. And Seek to Find says, you are such a great team. Thank you guys so much. Donald says, CYR is pronounced Seer in Montreal, Quebec. Have you, oh, Seer. Okay. Have you chose the Darwin rocket stove officially? Keep going. Nice team.
Okay, Donald, thank you so much for that suggestion, because that is on the title of the book, the official name, the Darwin Rocket Mass Heating System.
Yes.
And so that was a really good suggestion. We took it. That's what's going to be on there, and you should be honored.
And Farmhand says, I will be interested in a set of plans or a kit for the stove in the future. That's wonderful news. Edie Gray Wolf says, morning. Seek to Find says, have you named the stove? Yes. We just, it was a fun thing to go through, though. Seek to Find says, hi, Jeff. Guyan says, hello, y'all. Steve from Ontario says, the honeydews must have got email bombed. LOL, I guess, right? Call me and I'm pretty sure I can help with the molding, including part injection from the mold. Thank you, Steve. And if you send us an email, we will hopefully get to it soon. Because, wow. Seek to Find says, what was that again? I don't, Viz HDC.
That is a replicated website that I put together, and it's actually Biz with HDC.
B-I-Z.
At this point, you can't go to it right now. We launched everything, but I still have to get the website completed, and I'm going to be doing that, and then probably, well, no, not probably, for certain by next week, we'll, I'm going to give it to a selected few to share with some other people first. We need to make sure it's all working perfectly.
All right. Tanzarama says, good morning. Thanks again for your hard work and beautiful heart. How hard would it be to increase the size?
I kicked the...
Increase the size of the stove for a larger burn chamber.
Not at all, okay? So what you need to concentrate on is the ratios. The ratios between the actual volume inside the burn chamber versus the square inches on the exhaust versus the interior size of the riser and the length of the riser. And so what's going to happen as I move through and as I get this book done and whatnot and then move on to other applications of it, I'm going to experiment with increasing the size from 7-inch interior burn chamber, which this is, to a 9-inch, to an 11-inch, and then I probably wouldn't even want to ever go over like 13 inches. So I'm going to do it in 2-inch increments. I'm going to up the exhaust size and the other size as well. And I'm going to give people options because I wanted to make it pretty and I wanted to make it something that you could put accessories on. So meaning you can sheet metal pop rivet a cleat on and then you can slide tiles in with, you know, those decorative tiles that you can get at these home stores and whatnot, and they just take regular old tile and they put these autumn decorations on it. And for Christmas seasons and stuff, you could have your kids paint, whatever, and you'll be able to slide tiles on the top and on the sides and around it and just make it your own. I wanted to be able to do that and have it be square and look a lot, even though it's not, it's actual masonry project, as a fire marshal would consider it, because it's completely encased in a masonry product. But I wanted to make it look as close to a regular stove. I wanted to make it portable as a normal stove or like any other appliance that you could just move and take with you if you wanted to choose to do that. And I wanted it to be pretty. And so that's why I designed it the way I designed it. However, I'm going to do these other projects, scale it up. I'm going to put the burn box into barrels and then do cutout configurations and drawings for those cutouts so that people who just have a shop and they're just like, I don't want to take the time to do all that sheet metal work. I just want to stick that firebox in a barrel. Or I want to put it in a barrel, but I want it in a J-tube configuration. And so I'll have a hole up here in the front of the barrel and then in the back for the riser to go up and go on and out. And so there will be other configurations of it. However, right now, I'm just going to stick with getting first things first done and get this book done and out and what the people have asked for completed, and then we'll move on from there.
Shawnee says, me. I want to help get this up and going.
Okay.
Shawnee, if you haven't sent us an email, go ahead and do that to honeydocarpenter1@gmail.com. Doug Webb says, thanks to you folks, I am now 50 pounds lighter, eating 20 carbs a day.
Right?
Great job.
I'm 45 pounds lighter. You look at my old videos from last year, I'm embarrassed.
But not only that, don't you just feel so much better eating that way?
Right.
Aren't you seeing like some of the other improvements of like maybe less joint pain or moving easier or any of that stuff? Isn't that awesome? And good job, Doug. You're awesome. Mary says, good morning from South Louisiana.
Awesome.
Malbur says, hello and have a safe day from West Michigan. Condolences sent to.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Jim Farley says, hey, looking good. Gail says, good morning, my buds. Amazing work. I wish I were able to join your campaign. I will keep in touch via Gmail.
Oh, cool.
Wonderful. CM says, still waiting to hear from you guys.
Okay.
Luann says, I'm looking forward to working with you too. Oh, and hello from Beyond Snowy. 1.5 feet of snow in Barcelona, Michigan. Whoa. Right? You're forgiven, Malware says. Awesome. Guyan University says, it's no wonder with the cold and the snow that you have so many fans here in Canada at Northeast BC near Dawson Creek here. Wow. That is
beauty
cool.
runs in the family, guys.
Yep, you're beautiful. Kenneth says, keep up the good work. Hey, there's no such thing as 20-minute job. It's always turns into a 2-day job. Kenneth,
Right.
So true. Good morning. I sent an email. I really hope we didn't miss you. No, I'm glad you sent an email, and we did get email bombed. It blew up, so we're trying to get through those, but
we're not going
goodness.
there. What does Yoda say? There is no try. There is either do or do not do, and we are going to get through them all. We want to talk with everybody.
Hey from East Washington. Hope all is well. Kenny, we hope all is well with you too. Steve says yes. Chris says LOL, writing a book is bad. All right. Steve says make your own brake using old steel bed rails.
So it is 10:30 and I know that we have some plans and that you guys are going to have to cut the live short. I know if I didn't do this, this would not happen. So
all right.
We have to go.
Yep.
See ya.
Have a great day and we'll talk to you later.
I love you, kiddo.